We're live, everybody. Good day, everybody, and welcome to the third podcast, the Super Saiyan podcast. And this week, we're going to talk about everything related to Pokemon. So, games, the show, the card game, whatever we feel like. So, I'm here with Gaming is Art.
Hello, everybody. I'm ready to talk Pokemon, and I'm comfortable and angry, so I'm ready, dude.
Angry. and
I'm angry already, dude. So let's get going.
And I'm with Deadly Muffin Cat.
How's it going, everyone? I'm ready to talk about Pokemon. I'm comfortable, but not angry.
No, then. No, I'm just kidding, guys. Welcome, everybody.
Yeah, welcome.
So, let's start with Pokemon Sun and Moon. So, I'm pretty sure I haven't played it yet. Have you played it yet, Gaming?
No, I have not, but that doesn't mean I don't have my 2 cents about it.
And Deadly hasn't played it as well, if I believe.
No, I haven't played it, but I'll be getting it like probably tomorrow because my 3DS will be here on Monday.
Nice. I'm thinking about getting it as well. So what do you? What's your opinion about the game, Gaming?
I'm glad that the Pokemon. First of all, I'm glad Pokemon's still around in any form. Because not to talk about when we were younger, because we'll talk about that in a minute. But I remember being teased when I had Pokemon games when I was little. Not so much by kids, but people older than me. Brothers, cousins. So they're like, "That's stupid. That's not going to be around." And I really love the old games, but again, not to talk too much about the past. But I want to say, and I'm glad they're still around. Sun and Moon. So I actually thought about getting a 3DS just for those games, and I'm still considering it. It's still the holidays are around the corner, so I might get myself a little something. And I have never owned a 3DS, and these games might convince me to get it. So that's all I have to say about the game right now. I don't want to talk about there's apparently another version coming out next year, but we'll talk about that in a little bit.
Okay, Deadly, what about you?
So yeah, I mean, kind of what Gaming said. Like, I'm pretty stoked about it. I've wanted a 3DS for a while, but they've just been kind of expensive, and like I haven't really figured like I don't really want to spend like $200, like then the $99 3DS for Black Friday here in the States comes out, and I was like, okay, it's $99. It has a cool like Mario theme to it, and the new Pokemon game just came out. It's kind of like the perfect storm. It's like Nintendo did that on purpose, almost. So I'm stoked. I'm totally excited. I haven't played anything since Diamond and Pearl, so we'll see. But I'm definitely stoked for the game. I don't know much about it. I know I'm picking the owl thing as my starter. And I'm getting Sun because I want the like space, like lion thing, whatever it is. I don't know.
Sun is
Like
the lion.
Yeah, Pokemon have gotten like kind of like really like I don't. Diamond and Pearl had some weird like the time thing, and then like the space Pokemon and stuff. So I don't know. It'll be interesting. Like it, I'm interested to see like how far they've taken it, and hopefully it'll be pretty cool. That's kind of what I'm looking forward to.
Nice. So my last, excuse me, I have a bit of a cold still. My last Pokemon game was actually Pokemon X, but after that it was Pokemon Yellow. So I've missed a lot of Pokemon games, but for this one, I really enjoyed Pokemon X and Y, so I'm really looking forward to this one as well. And I heard it's got some new stuff in there that's pretty cool. So yeah, the graphics and stuff looks really nice. So at first I was skeptical, like there's also maybe a port coming to the Switch. I might wait for that, but now that I've seen the reviews and stuff, I think I'm gonna get it.
For sure.
Yeah.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Like I'm just kidding, guys. I'm not mad. Like, if I get mad, it's really I'm just joking around. But right when you say port, or they did that with Crystal, and like I'm just getting tired of hearing the word port. To be honest with you, not because like if I was to buy these ones, and there's already a third one coming around,
Well,
why would I get these ones?
that's how it's been ever since Pokemon started, though, because you have Gen 1, which is green and red, well, blue and red here in the States. And then Yellow came out, and Yellow's gimmick was Pikachu. You had Gold and Silver, and then Crystal came out. Crystal's like gimmick was you could play as a girl. And then Ruby and Sapphire. Emerald came out. Emerald's gimmick was like the trainer tower. I don't know if they did that with Diamond and Pearl. I forget exactly if there was a no, because wasn't there Platinum or something? I think so. They've done this for a while. If it's like not necessarily the port to the Switch, but if it's just a straight port of the game from the 3DS like to the Switch, that's whatever in my opinion. Like, you play it on whatever console you have. Like, but as long as they make that like extra one, whatever it's gonna be, I don't know, Sun, Moon, and then Star. Like, as long as they make that like available on the 3DS and the Switch, then I don't see a problem with them porting it. I think it'd be cool to have Pokemon on a home console. I mean, it's kind of in between, I guess, but we'll see. I don't see a problem with it.
Maybe it's just a quick thing. Maybe it's just the whole Switch thing. When I hear it and I hear port, I'm just like, because I don't know if you guys saw that earlier. There's a rumor about Mario Maker Deluxe, Mario Sunshine HD, which is like would be like kind of like Zelda
like
HD on the Wii U. Yeah, and then
remake. Well,
Mario Kart 8, etc. So I was like, I'm happy, but then I'm kind of like,
Here's the thing though, is I don't see the Switch being a direct replacement for the DS line. Like, I know they're really trying to sell that portability, but I don't see it as being I don't think it's gonna be a huge success. Like, because the thing that makes the DS great is you fold it up, you put it in your pocket, you take it with you. Like, Switch, you got to put it in basically like it's like taking a laptop or a tablet with you. You're gonna need to get like another bag for it because you don't want to just chuck it straight into your backpack, because then you're gonna crack your screen on it, like, because it's gonna hit your books or whatever else you're carrying in there. So I don't see like the Switch ports and stuff are cool, and the Switch is, I'm optimistic for it, but at the same time I'm not like expecting it to replace a DS or anything like that.
Yeah, I'm getting the Switch not for the portable side, but for at my TV at my home. So.
And I think that's a good thing for it. I mean, if it really is $249, which is what the rumor is right now, if it's $249, I mean, yeah, I'll probably pick that up when it comes out. Maybe not right when it comes out, but when there's a good game for it, like, something like not the Zelda game, because I can get that on the Wii U, assuming they were still released on the Wii U. But like maybe a new Mario game. I mean, or Mario Maker Deluxe, I guess,
Mario Maker RPG, Rabbids.
Is the Pokemon game that's rumored for the Switch, is this the one? The Crystal version, so-called Sun and Moon, whatever they're gonna call it.
Pokemon,
Stars?
Yeah, Stars. No. That's a rumor.
Pokemon Star? Okay.
Yeah.
That's the rumor. It's pretty much a given that will come out for the what do you call it? For the 3DS. But if it does like get ported to the Switch, like, which would make sense because you don't want like your Switch to like I don't think with the Switch they could sell the two versions type because there's not as much like I guess in theory you could. What would be cool is if you can trade between a 3DS and a Switch maybe through like NFC or something. That would be interesting. I don't know if I'm assuming the Switch has NFC because it's basically a tablet and like pretty much every tablet that's been made for the last like 4 or 5 years has NFC. Same with like cell phones. So we'll see. But yeah, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if they ported it to the Switch, and I could see them selling that to people. People like Crush are gonna buy the Switch mainly for home use, but maybe those people don't have a 3DS. Maybe they don't game on the go. You know.
Yeah,
So.
yeah.
Well, I have a 3DS, but I play my 3DS at home.
Yeah.
Because I'm not really going on vacation a lot. So maybe once or twice in like 3 years. So then I can use it, but I will probably use it, you know. But I'm not gonna play 3DS when I'm at work. I'm not gonna play 3DS when I'm going to work because I'm in the car. I'm driving the car. So most of the time I just play the games at home. So that's probably
And in the
gonna be-
future, when your car drives you,
yeah.
you
Then
could be playing. You could be playing Pokemon Sun and Moon 7.
Sun and Moon 7. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the other thing about the 3DS, you know, is I never would play it outside of the house, which is weird. It sounds weird, but like when I'm driving, it's me driving. It's not like Mala or a friend. I'm usually driving. And then like if I lose stuff easy, so I probably wouldn't even take it with me. So I already have enough stuff in my pocket.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But Pokemon. Anyways, enough about the Pokemon Sun and Moon. Since we'll come back to it, since we haven't played them yet. But yeah, my last game was Crystal, and I had a blast with that game.
Mhm.
But do you guys have Pokemon cards?
A bit. I bought a couple of new ones, but
I used to.
all my old
Not
ones
anymore.
are gone.
Oh wow, really? So I still have my old cards. I recently bought cards, maybe a couple months ago. You know, not really into it anymore. But I have quite a big collection, like maybe 500 plus cards, something like that.
Nice.
Yeah.
five-
So you guys didn't bite when you guys were younger?
No, I bought it. I just don't have it anymore.
Ah.
I had a couple. I had like the starter desk, the starter desk, you know, with the chart of with Machamp and stuff in there. But and then we bought a couple of booster packs, but that's it. We didn't have a lot of money.
Wow, really?
When I was a kid, we didn't get a lot of money and stuff, so it's not like I
Ah, I see.
bought like.
Yeah, that's what I always spent my bit of money I had. I would get one pack. Funny story is, I would sometimes use my money to try to win them in little arcades.
Mhm.
I never would win, but one time I did win 2 booster packs with like $2, and that was unheard of because I think booster packs, sometimes people would jack up the prices to like $7 a pack. I remember that because they were popular. So I took my
Yeah.
money and I went to go play an arcade game, and I actually won twice. I couldn't believe it.
Nice.
I still had $5 left. Probably got myself an ice cream or something.
Yeah.
But like, man, I just remember them being like that's why I really like Pokemon. Like, it just takes me back.
Yeah, I used to not necessarily not Pokemon in particular, but I played other like collectible card games like Magic the Gathering. I played a lot of that. I still have cards for that. I had a pretty expansive collection at one point. Like,
Ah.
so I kind of like it kind of evolved like from Pokemon. Like I had like the basics, and I had some cool stuff. Like I had some Japanese cards and stuff like that. But like I think just the card game, like the Pokemon card game, is like I guess like it has kind of a like it's very simplistic as far as like a lot of the like collectible
Oh
card games
yeah.
go. Like it's pretty straightforward, which is why it's great. Like anyone can play it. But like I guess like after a certain point, like I gravitated towards like Magic, which is like slightly more of a mature game. Like it has a lot more complexity to it and stuff like that. I still like the cards and everything. I still love the series, but I guess I was more of a fan of like the actual like video games and the show than I was the card game. The card game was just kind of a cool like almost felt like merchandise to some extent, you know.
You guys never battled with Pokemon cards in real life?
Oh, I did as a kid, yeah, but like I said, like as I kind of grew up, what do you call it? I shifted more towards Magic because that's like what my friends were playing, you know.
Ah.
Like we all had Pokemon cards, and then it's like you moved on to Magic cards, and then it just kind of went from there, you know.
Yeah, because I always would. We would always play Pokemon. No one ever really had Magic. Now that you mentioned that, I played Yu-Gi-Oh for a little bit, but that's only because my buddies were showing their
Mhm.
Yu-Gi-Oh cards, you know? So I'm sure if
Yeah,
they would have showed me their Magic cards, I would have been like, oh yeah, yeah.
I've played Yu-Gi-Oh as well. I like Yu-Gi-Oh. I think Yu-Gi-Oh is like kind of a inner like in between Magic and Pokemon, kind of in complexity and stuff like that. Same idea, but what do you call it? Like I think they're all kind of great card games and stuff. I do
Oh
think that
yeah.
the Pokemon one is being the simple one. I mean, it's still really popular. A lot of people play it now. The online version of it or whatever, like the app version of it, is like wildly popular, which is cool. Like I like that. Like I have nothing against it. Like, but it was just like what I said. Like I kind of just played like the popular thing among my friends because it's like, well, if you have no one to play with, like you know,
Yeah. Then what's
like
the point,
dude,
right?
just that's why I stopped buying the cards because it's like
Yeah.
everyone like went on to Magic, and Magic I didn't buy a ton of cards. Like I would get them as like gifts and stuff, but like with like any money that I'd save up, usually I'd buy like video games or stuff.
And Crush, you didn't? Were you a big battler? Were you a big trader?
No. I only
Rip.
never traded, and I used to play it sometimes against my brother, but we did it all wrong. We didn't read the rules right.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah, now
I
I
think
know.
everyone did that once. We played it wrong, but we still played.
Like not using the energy cards and stuff, you know,
Ah,
stuff like that. But yeah, and I never played Magic as well, so I was more like collecting the cards instead of playing with them. I know it's a bit silly,
Mhm.
but
No, that's what a lot of people do.
Yeah.
Like that's why there are whole industries for cards, like new like sports cards and stuff, where it's all about just collecting,
yeah.
like the rarity of it, and like you know.
And I think at school and stuff, you weren't allowed to do Pokemon battles and trade and stuff on the school. Really?
thinking back on that, I like super short. How stupid was that? They got banned from school. Like I don't even know why.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
stupid.
it makes sense to some degree because it'd be like a kid would do a trade and
Yeah,
then
then
would
they
like
get
regret
mad.
it, and then he'd like get mad and like tell
Yeah.
the teacher that the other kid took it, and so
Yeah,
like
stuff like that.
looking back on it, like I can understand why now, but as a kid your mindset is like, well, why do you do that? Like that's just whatever, you know.
Yeah, thinking back as a kid, you're right. Like looking at like I guess my younger self. Like
Mhm.
why would we even bring these in school in the first place?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, that's how it was. I remember Game Boys were banned too. Like you couldn't bring that.
Yeah. Mhm.
So no Pokemon on Game Boy, no Pokemon on cards, no Pokemon anything.
Mhm. Which is interesting because it's like you get to what do you call it? Like so like in high school and stuff like yeah like the like Game Boys and stuff like you couldn't have them in class or whatever stuff like that. And then it's like what do you call it? Like it's just so weird that like you go through that whole like period as a kid like being like no you can't have this, you can't have this. Then you get into like for me I got into college and it's like you do whatever the fuck you want pretty much, you know. Like it's like what do you call it? Like now people are just on their phones and class and stuff like that, and I'm sure like high schools still fight it and stuff, but it's what do you call it? Like it's just such a different like mentality once you get past a certain age, and it's like you don't magically become like mature when you turn 18, you know. Like it's not like a switch flips or anything. But it's like, but like what you talked about earlier, gaming, like how like people be like, "Oh, Pokemon is stupid," stuff like that. Like nowadays, there are people that are like in their 30s that are now like reliving it, like playing it, you know, like that are getting like super stoked for like all these like new Pokemon games.
Yeah.
Like if you remember, like it was a big deal when they re-released Red, Blue, and Yellow on the DS store. Like people were super hyped about that. Yeah.
And before I forget, there was a really really good commercial for Pokemon Sun and Moon. If you guys haven't seen it, man, you should
I
check it
think
out.
with the guy, the older guy.
Yeah,
at
he's an
work.
older guy.
Yeah, that's
you
a
know,
good commercial.
yeah, he was at work or something, and
And
I don't
he didn't.
watch
And
I don't watch TV. So.
Yeah.
I saw it on YouTube.
Yeah, I saw it on Facebook.
I use
or
ad
something.
blocker. So I never watch ads because it's
Yeah,
like,
it's totally out of left field.
Yeah, it's a really
I didn't
good
think
one.
there was gonna. I was like, so let me give you a quick rundown. I recommend watching it. I'll find it, but don't worry about finding it right now or anything.
okay.
I decided to just click on it. It was someone said it's a really good commercial, and I was like, a really good commercial, okay, you know. So I clicked on it. I think it goes like this: the guy just had a hard day. He had a hard day. I think that's what happens, and then he sees Pokemon Sun and Moon in the window, and he reminisces about a childhood from like Pokemon Blue and Red. So he says he walks in the store and he buys it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's something along those lines,
Yeah,
right,
it's
Crush?
something like that. Yeah, he's reminiscing of the fun he had
Yeah.
with Pokemon as a kid, and
Mm-hmm.
wanted to do it again. You know.
Yeah. And that hit me a little bit, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like it made me feel like, damn, I was not expecting this commercial, but yeah, that's that would be an awesome feeling because we can't go back in time, obviously, but we can play games like Pokemon again and feel
Yeah.
yeah. So I'm gonna find it. So
Yeah, that's a really good commercial, and I don't like commercials, but that one is.
that was really good. Yeah.
Yeah, it made me want to play the games even more.
Yeah. Same here. Maybe that's why I was thinking about it. Maybe that's why I'm thinking about it because of that commercial alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we talked about the cards. We talked about the new game. My next question is: do you guys know how many Pokemon there are now?
I think it's like
969.
No, that's not real, right?
I think that's my guess. I'm
Oh,
gonna guess
okay.
that's close. Based off of, I know there was
uh,
when X and Y came out. I think it was around 700.
You
so-
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
you want to know how many?
Yeah, how
Sure.
many?
If Wikipedia is correct, 802.
Oh,
Damn. Jeez, man.
Yeah, that's.
I will say there are like some kind of like what the frick like Nintendo Pokemon out there now, like the ice cream cone one. There is like an ice cream cone Pokemon. I'm not even joking. I don't even think it's from Sun and Moon. I think it's from like X and Y or X and Y 2 or something.
I just think I don't know, man. 800 plus Pokemon. That's just so many, dude. Like when they made new games, I understand they have to add new Pokemon because then a lot of people are gonna say, well, what's the point of buying a new Pokemon game if there isn't new Pokemon? I think that's why they do it. But to be honest with you, at this point, 800, I remember the first 150 barely, and then maybe like Gen 2, somewhat Gen 3, and then after that, I just draw blank.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's what do you call it? I don't think that it's I think it's like they have to keep making new Pokemon, and I don't see a problem with it. Now, granted, there is this like one that I just put in chat that is literally like an ice cream cone.
Yeah, that's.
And it has like it has an unevolved form. That's the evolved form. So.
Yeah. Yeah, there are some couple of weird Pokemon, but.
Yeah.
See, the problem I have with this is all these forgettable Pokemon, such as this one. I just think it's so weird.
I'd argue that this is pretty unforgettable. I mean, it's a freaking ice cream cone. There are like, okay, like how many like dog style Pokemon are there?
Not enough.
I know there's like Arcane and Growlithe. I know there's like Houndoom, and I'm sure there's other dog ones from like the newer stuff too. But
yeah, I know
the dogs
like
and the cats,
like a Mighty Yena or something like that, and I think that's a cool Pokemon though. But that's but let's be honest. Even Gen 1 had crappy Pokemons. It's not like it's a perfect first one. Yeah, Voltorb is just a Pokeball. You know what I mean?
And his evolved form, what do you call it? Like Electrode.
Yeah.
It's just a color flip of him.
Yeah, different face.
I wonder
who. Face and a color flip.
Let me see another bad Pokemon from Gen 1.
Pikachu.
Yeah,
I'm joking.
terrible.
I'm joking with you.
It's not that I can't remember them because I do remember all the Pokemon. I'm just trying to think of one that was just like, what's the point of this Pokemon?
I mean, okay, Electabuzz. What the frick is Electabuzz? It's
I like Electabuzz.
What was he anyways? Was he like a humanoid?
Thing. Yeah, he's like a weird humanoid kind of thing, like. But like, it's like, what animal is he? Like a lot of other ones are like animal based, I guess.
Gorilla, lightning gorilla, something like that.
But it's like, what do you call it? Okay. I think it's in Sapphire, so it'd be like Gen 3. There's like the lava slug Pokemon.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Lava snail.
Yeah.
Like, so there definitely are like some really weird ones that like you wouldn't get, like, what do you call it? I think Gen 3 is when like it definitely started to go downhill. I think the first two gens overall are pretty solid, like with Pokemon design. And then Gen 3, it's like it gets a little bit iffy, and then Gen 4, I think, is when I really stopped kind of remembering like the Pokemon, you know?
Alright guys, I just posted a list, and I'm gonna name some of my favorite Pokemon from here.
Nice.
From the first gen.
Alright, first
obviously, Venusaur, Charizard, Blastoise, super cool. You know, even Pikachu, right? I always liked Raichu better for some reason. Ninetales was cool. Meowth was a cool Pokemon. Alakazam. The Ghost Pokemon, Ghastly. Yeah, Voltorb is pretty dumb, but he's not that terrible, I
Yeah,
guess.
he's not terrible, but he's just really simple, you know.
Yeah. Oh, one of my favorite ones was Flareon, Jolteon, and Vaporeon.
Okay,
Dragonite.
here. Hold on a second. If you look at Voltorb and you look at Haunter, literally the eyes are exactly the same. They just took Haunter's eyes and put it on Voltorb.
Oh yeah, you can see that.
Hunter.
And I think Electrode is actually, I think that's Ditto's eyes, if I'm not mistaken. No.
Yeah.
No, it's not quite. It's another Pokemon's eyes though. Fairly certain.
Yeah. So what are your favorite Pokemons from Gen 1, Deadly?
From Gen 1, probably, I mean, I like Pikachu. Pikachu is cool. Mainly from, like, the show and stuff, but, like, actual Pokemon that I like from Gen 1, I thought Kingler was pretty cool.
Giant crab.
The giant crab with, like, the hand.
Yeah, yeah.
Cypher, Kangaskhan, which is, like, a badass, like, kangaroo with, like, spikes, kinda. I always like the Eevee evolutions too. I thought that was really cool. And, but if I had to pick one, probably Gyarados, because it evolves from like such a derpy Pokemon Magikarp, and then you get like this like beastly like water dragon thing. From it. I always thought that was pretty cool.
Does that happen again in future generations? Like that, what you just said, like a Pokemon that's super like puny.
Oh, I'm sure it does. I'm sure it does.
Not as giant as Gyarados to Magikarp, I think.
Yeah, probably not as extreme, but I'm sure it happens. Like,
I really like that.
I know, like the bug ones, the newer bug ones follow the same kind of like, it's a caterpillar, it's a pod, it's a butterfly.
It's a bug. yeah.
What about you, Crush? Your favorites?
I'm just going design-wise. Blastoise, I really like. I like Beedrill's design a lot. Arbok, I see Arbok. I like Arbok. I always loved Arbok and Weezing. I don't know why. And I'm gonna probably you guys could probably not gonna like it, but I like Magneton actually. But it's just 3 Magnemites in one.
Oh, the 3, yeah.
And Mewtwo, of course.
Yeah, Mewtwo is cool. I always liked Mew over Mewtwo, though.
Yeah, same.
I like Mewtwo more, because Mew is just a weakling version of Mewtwo.
I always thought it was funny because, yeah, Mewtwo should be able to beat Mew, but I don't even know if they ever fight outside the Pokemon movie. I don't really remember.
Don't think so.
Like, does Mew still exist in the Pokemon universe? Like, I don't know.
I mean, Mew is like very like ethereal, so I would assume so. Okay, so what about Gen 2? What are your guys' favorites of Gen 2?
I'm looking at them, and to be honest with you, I don't really remember any of these. Looking at them right now, I still kind of don't remember them. So, to be fair, I couldn't really say, but I will. And I'm just going to say the starters. Because that's when I started falling out. Like, the legendaries look cool. Celebi, I'm guessing that's like the Mew of this generation, but I would prefer Mew.
Kinda.
Yeah, I don't know anything about these guys. But yeah, that's really it for me.
What about you, Crush? Did you play Gen 2?
I did not play Gen 2. I skipped Gen 2, I skipped Gen 3, I skipped Gen 4, skipped Gen 5.
Oh, for sure.
But I did watch the show when it had Gen 2, so I remember these Pokemon from the show, you know? And I remember the starters. And you know, I'm looking at it right now, and I remember. I think Caesar is really cool. The evolution of Cypher.
Does he evolve?
Cypher, Cypher. Yeah, Cypher becomes Skizor or Skizor.
Yeah, I like Caesar. Yeah, and the legendaries are pretty cool too. Other than that, no. Yeah, and Houndoom. Houndoom, I like Houndoom.
Houndoom is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gen 2 is honestly my favorite. And I think that it actually is like, I think it's the best, in my opinion. Because I feel like it's like much like you start with Gen 1, which is like classic. I feel like Gen 2, like the characters or like the Pokemon are a little bit more refined. Like, cause I'm going through here and like I can't like really pick out like any like super like bizarre ones aside from like Wobbuffet. But
Wow,
Wobbuffet,
Buffett.
yeah, Wobbuffet is like iconic because of the show. But
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
like who the owl Pokemon? I thought that was so cool. Like I really like the starters of it. I just think it has like a lot of like really cool Pokemon in it. Like introduced like the baby Pokemon. So you have like Pichu and like the mini Electabuzz and stuff like that. Like
Yeah,
and then
that was a really good idea.
and I think it was, what do you call it? It was like the first one that had like more than like one like set of legendary Pokemon, because you had like because in the first game it's like you had the legendary birds and then you had Mewtwo, and Mewtwo was the same for each game. Where this one they split it and it was like Lugia and Ho, and and then you had like the dogs, which I thought was really cool, and I liked that like challenge of it. Like I thought that Gen 2 I think was like the best, and I was like super happy when they remade it for DS.
Yeah, that is pretty cool that they did remake them, or not remake them. Excuse me. They had baby forms and they had evolved forms, if I'm not mistaken, like a third form.
Yeah, some.
Yeah, for a lot of them.
Like
Yeah, for like
Crobat had a third form. Licky Tongue has another one.
Slowking.
Tongue.
Slowco. Yeah, now it's Licky Licky.
Oh yeah, what a great name.
Yeah, great name. Yeah.
Like that's genius, like from Nintendo's, more Pokemon equals more dollar signs, I think. But like it's really cool at the same time as a fan, because like, oh dude, my Pokemon might get a third form later. Like my favorite Pokemon might get a third form.
Well,
I always thought Raichu would be cool to get a third form.
Yeah,
you got like
maybe a Mega Evolution.
Yeah,
I like the Mega Evolution.
Mega Evolutions.
Like Blastoise has a Mega Evolution, Charizard, and Mewtwo. But they can also do that with Raichu, maybe. That would be... I wouldn't mind that at all.
Nah, because he's one of my favorites. Like Pikachu and Raichu and Pichu, like, are my... I mean, they're everybody's favorites, but I really like them. That's why I mentioned them a lot.
Yeah.
Like, it would be cool to see Raichu get a third form. Mega form, I mean.
Yeah, and a Mega Evolution is not like a normal evolution. It's temporary, so...
I saw it
like
in the Pokemon Origins.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Like a power boost for a certain amount of time.
Yeah, something like... Yeah, during a fight. I don't know how it's in the show, because I haven't seen the new episodes, but in Pokemon X and Y, you can Mega Evolution them during the fight, and then after the fight, they're back to their normal forms.
Yeah, but can we... it's great to hear what we... favorite Pokemons are, but since I'm not too familiar with anything past Gen 2, like, can we talk about the show?
Yeah.
Right, great. I'll start it off. Like, I am shocked that the show is still going, to be honest with you.
As long as they
shocked.
make new Pokemons and like a new region to go explore, Ash is gonna, stay 10 forever and
just like South
keep
Park.
exploring the world. Yeah, exactly. It's like,
I watched the Pokemon show every day after school, which I'm sure a lot of people did. And like, I don't know. I mean, we can talk about like our favorite character episode in a bit, but I stopped watching once they started doing like beauty contests or something like that. I don't remember exactly what they were doing, But that's when I stopped watching because I was just like, well, not really into this, and I could be mistaken on my history here, but I just remember where's the battles, where like what is
Hmm.
this? And I actually got tired of Team Rocket after a while as well.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I love the show, but I'm just being honest here. Like I just felt like what? Still around?
They're still around,
Well,
still doing the same stuff.
Yeah, trying to
yeah.
get Pikachu. I know it's just that's their thing, but it could be something that I grew out of, but still love the show.
Hmm.
I actually rewatched it when Pokemon Go was really popular. I rewatched Pokemon the first season on Netflix. Watched every episode. Loved it.
Hmm.
What about you guys? What do you think about the show? Just in a nutshell, I suppose.
I think it's like I said. I think it's really cool that it's still around. And it still has like one. What I think Ash is the only one out of like the like him, Brock, and Misty. I think did they phase the other two out? I know they phased Misty out. I don't know
Brock.
if Brock is still with them or not,
I
but
think Brock is gone as well.
I think Brock is
I
gone as
remember
well.
that well.
So
I remember I have that picture on the screen, like Mai, Mai,
mhm.
and then his little brother
Yeah, I
with the
remember that.
glasses. I don't know his name.
Yeah, so I remember that like, and it's like Ash, like I think it's like he gets to a new region, he collects new Pokemon, and he's like, oh, I have to beat the what do you call it? I have to beat the gym leaders because
Yeah.
I have to then go to this like new like Elite Four tournament, and it's like, how many freaking Elite Four are there? Like,
Well, same can be said
but
about the games.
well, that's true. But it's like, what do you call it? So like, it's like the same thing. But at the same time, like I think that it is like I haven't watched like any of like the newer stuff, like, but I'm sure it is like still like probably follows the same kind of general like theme as the other ones. Like he like has to like help someone get out of trouble, or he has to like defeat this trainer, or Team Rocket shows up and tries to steal Pikachu and ends up catching someone else by accident, and then they have to go save them. So it's I don't know. I think it's cool that it's still around. I don't personally watch it, but I don't know. I might consider watching some newer stuff. I thought it was pretty cool. Like as a kid, I watched it a lot.
What about you, Crush? Like, do you still watch it? Did you watch it when you were younger?
When I was younger, every day, man. Just like Dragon Ball Z, I had to see almost everything. Well, I wasn't really following; I was just watching it, and I haven't watched it in so long. I haven't seen any of the movies. I haven't even seen the first movie. Just clips of it, but I think there are like
I would recommend watching the first movie.
there's like 60 movies now as well.
Yeah,
There's
true.
so much.
But I did watch some of the new YouTube show. It's on YouTube. It's what is it called?
Yeah, Pokemon
Pokemon
Generations.
Generation. But it's like I watched the first three, but it's like only 10 minutes a episode.
Mm-hmm.
But that was pretty fun so far. What I watched. So maybe I'm gonna start watching that again. But yeah,
Show.
yeah, the show was. Yeah, I don't know. It's still the same. I think last time I saw it on TV, and it was like basically the same with different Pokemons.
Hmm.
Yeah. Like the only thing I have the problem I have is that Misty and Brock were written off for new characters or something.
Yeah,
That's fine, dude. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. The problem I have is that they don't revisit those characters. Ash and Misty and Brock.
I
And unless
remember.
I'm wrong, unless they redid it somehow in the couple of years I stopped watching. Because that would be really hype, I am assuming. Like people would be like, dude, Ash is going back. with Misty because she needs help. You know, there might have been an episode or two. Actually, I'm positive they haven't revisited it because the last time they revisited it was like a 1 episode thing.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I know there is like one episode where they go back to Brock.
Yeah.
But that's about it,
And
you know?
Misty.
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, that's the problem I have because I think that's really like it's like Dragon Ball Z. They like when when Gohan isn't like your character isn't like getting the respect they deserve, you're like, that sucks. So that's another thing I don't like about that. So maybe with they making a new one, Pokemon Sun and Moon, based off the game, obviously. Hopefully they'll come back.
Maybe.
But hey, I can dream because if they said that, like Misty and Brock rejoined the squad or something, but I mean, I remember some of the older characters, but it goes back to just again, maybe I just grew out of it. Maybe I was just so. No. I just want to see my characters. Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah.
But if that's the case, then I'm fine with that.
I think what do you call it? Kind of in that same like idea. I mean, like the show and stuff, like how they should like revisit, like you know how like in Pokemon Gold and Silver, you can play through like the whole first section.
Oh
And-
yeah.
And then, like, you play through the new section, then you go back to, like, the first game, and then play all those gym leaders. I don't know if Nintendo will ever do this, but why can't we do that with all the sections and go and fight every gym leader and catch every Pokemon?
Wow.
Gotta catch them all.
Like-
Wow.
All 800
On the
Pokemon.
Switch.
All 800 Pokemon on the newest Pokemon.
Damn, that'd be sick. Like on something like that on the Switch, maybe Star. Maybe that's why it's called Star.
Super Saiyan
Universe?
Star. Yeah.
Universe.
Pokemon Universe. Yeah.
Oi.
Oi.
Yo.
But
Hello.
besides all that, Pokemon is still kicking, dude. I'm like I was saying, everyone has always wanted a Pokemon like adventure MMO. I don't know if you guys ever played those GameCube ones. Let's talk about that for a minute. I remember getting the game and being so disappointed because it wasn't like the Game Boy ones.
Wait, what game are you talking about?
On GameCube, Pokemon. What's it called? Do you know what I'm talking about, Crush, or no?
Colosseum and Age of Darkness, Curse of Darkness.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll be
yeah,
back
I don't.
in 1 second though. You guys go on ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I don't see those as like real Pokemon games, like not like core series games, you know. So I guess I never really paid like attention to them.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, because I just remember getting them, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna play Pokemon finally, man, like on the big screen. And then I get to see all my favorite Pokemon on HD and stuff.
No, I can't hear you, Richie.
I'm back, guys. Yeah, I remember.
But like I said before, and I'll stick to this.
Oh,
I
now I
think-
can hear Richie.
Oi.
Hey, welcome, Richie. I think Pokemon. I think Nintendo never released Pokemon on home consoles because that's like their system seller for portable consoles. And that's why I never came. I remember when the Wii U came out, guys, like there was just like this like, fan drawing of a Pokemon game on the Wii U. And like, because you know how they did those prototype controllers already for Switch? Like those are all fan made, I believe. I don't think those are official. You can switch out your controllers. Like they did something similar like that on the Wii U. A Pokemon like MMO that where you use the gamepad to battle and you look at your TV. It makes perfect sense. That never happened, unfortunately. But again, if it does happen on something like that for Switch, it would make sense. But anyways, the GameCube games, I was really disappointed with. Maybe I have to play them again. But back then I was like, oh man.
Well, I did not get these games, but I know what you mean. They're not the traditional Pokemon game you would want on a console. But that's what's cool about the Switch. There is no handheld, or there is a handheld. That's the Switch itself, and there's a home console. So we're finally getting a Pokemon game for the television, you know. And I think that's cool.
Well, Richie, we were actually talking about the TV show, the Pokemon card game. The only thing I have to ask you, man, is when was the last Pokemon game you played?
The one I'm playing right now.
Which one's that?
Pokemon Blue.
Blue?
Yeah.
The very first one was his last one. He hates it so much. Screw this. I'm not gonna get anyone or another one.
Who needs Sun and Moon when you have Blue? This is where it's at.
Ah.
You can replay that game a lot. Like, I wouldn't mind replaying it again.
Yeah.
But, like, at the same time, I tried picking up a new Pokemon game recently, and I just couldn't get into it. It was on emulator. But, just couldn't get into it, man. I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
I don't know as well. I don't know which one it was. I played the Emerald on emulator, and I had a lot of fun with that one.
You weren't feeling it either, right? Like, you played it and then you put it down, or what happened?
I was feeling it, but it just took too much time at the moment.
I think the last one that I played like multiple times would be Sapphire, like Gen 3. Like, I've played through that multiple times. Gen 1 I've played through multiple times. I mean, I've beat it, God, I don't even know how many times. Gen 2, which is my favorite, I've probably done a clear of that game, like Silver specifically, probably like 20 times between the remake and the original. But yeah, like after, I don't know, Gen 4, like I think I played through it once, and then I didn't like upgrade to 3DS, so I never got to really play Pokemon after that point.
Mm-hmm.
Like any of the new ones.
I want to create a Pokemon in the next Pokemon. Create your own Pokemon. So we can make all these horrible design Pokemon. It'd be hilarious.
I'm gonna make a rock with a face on it.
Literally, a rock with a Ditto face on it. The Ditto face is so memey, dude. Meme-ish.
Ditto.
Me.
Well, did you know that Ditto's in Pokemon Go now, but you catch it and you think it's just a Pidgey, but then it's like, what's this? And it turns into a Ditto.
What?
I hate Pokemon Go,
Which is
and then
like
I also love it at the same time.
Which is so gimmicky. It's to make people like literally like catch every Pokemon they see now, because it's like, who is gonna catch like the 2,000 Pidgeys that are living at your local Target parking lot, like that are at mine right now? I'm sure, because that's like where all the Pidgeys were, and it's like literally like every 3 feet there's another Pidgey. Like,
like I was saying, dude, I hate Pokemon Go, but then I love it at the same time. I think it was overhyped. Obviously, we've had this discussion before. It's a great game. Gets my ass up, go walk around, play some Pokemon. Hey, awesome, awesome. But it was unfinished. I don't remember who said it, but yeah, it wasn't finished. They released it. They're still not getting their crap together, in my opinion. Like,
they're too slow.
Yeah, now Ditto's out. Hooray!
Yeah, just.
But where's the trading? Where's the battling?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
And the battling.
That's what I'm waiting for.
And the battling sucks as well.
Yeah,
Well,
and then even if we get
gym-
the battling sucks. So
Yeah.
The gym thing is so dumb. It's like who can spam their touchscreen faster or whatever.
just why would anyone change the Pokemon formula, like the battle system? Like, I know it's not a traditional Pokemon game, but I don't understand why they would change it.
Too much work. Probably.
Development. Yeah, just they didn't want to put the effort into to make a full-fledged battle system like that. Because it's like you have to think about that. Like, okay, like then like as you level up, your Pokemon has to get new moves and stuff, and then it makes it just more effort than they really want to put in, because most of their effort is going into like the mapping aspect of it, you know, of like
Yeah, it's gravitating towards graphics now, it seems.
yeah.
And the graphics are, well, the Pokemons look really good, but other than that, the game is super boring, graphic-wise.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If there's one thing I could change about Pokemon Go, it would be just the Pokemon spawns, dude. Like I said it before, there's no reason why I should have 40 Pidgeys in my inventory. Like, that's just silly. I've never caught more than 3 Pokemon, like, of the same type in a Pokemon game.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I caught over 100 Pidgeys in my stats.
That's
yeah.
What I want to see is, like, you guys live in America. You have Pokestops, like, you have probably 100 Pokemon stops near your house.
Not me.
Well, I see pictures from people, and they have, like, so many Pokestops.
Well, like
Yeah.
downtown, it's like nuts. Like, 'cause I live in like the suburbs of Chicago. Like, I mean, it's like there's a good amount here, but like downtown, it's like nuts. It's like every, like virtually every business, like on the bottom level of a building in like downtown, is a Pokestop. Like,
and for me,
the most Pokestops I've seen in an area for me is maybe 3.
3. That's not much.
No, because I have to go somewhere else.
But basically, what I'm saying is, if you're living at a spot with not many Pokestops, it's so much harder for you to get Pokeball. I'm always out of Pokeballs when I was playing it, so I just stopped. It was too much of a hassle. And if I want to get Pokeballs, I have to drive like 10 to 20 minutes for a good place.
Because that's how it works in the Pokemon world, right?
So what I would want is, if you live in an area with not many Pokestops, that your Pokestops give more stuff, like more Pokemon.
Teleportation.
Or that. But they could easily fix that. This area doesn't have many Pokestops, so this Pokestop gives more Pokeballs to keep it more fair.
But then no one will buy the Pokeballs.
Well, if you live in a city, you don't have to buy shit because there are like hundreds of Pokestops. That's not fair.
Yeah. But Niantic needs like your money, Crush. Like,
well, so I have to pay, and the other guys can play for free.
Pretty much.
Why can't you can only buy the stupid weak Pokeballs, and you can't buy the freaking good balls?
Dude, all the items suck anyways. There's something that attracts Pokemon to you, and I used it, and I don't care if this was like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
I used it, and a Pidgey came to me.
Yeah.
Some other stuff came to me. I'm like, okay, then what's the point of this stupid item? Like, and then they charged for it. That's what makes me confused. If it was like, oh, dude, look, Pikachu came to me, or a Charmander came, I might dish out 99 cents for 5.
The only items you need to get, if you're about putting money in it, the only item you need to get is egg incubators.
Yeah.
Just get only egg incubators and all the 2 kilometer eggs in there.
And then what you do is you put all your eggs in there, and you tie your phone to a squirrel, and then you go find it the day later, and all your eggs will be hatched.
The egg is actually one of the coolest things in Pokemon Go, I think, because you never know what you're gonna get. A box of chocolate. I don't know why I thought of Forrest Gump right now.
A box of chocolate.
I was so over the egg, like, 'cause like I hatched like a couple of them. And like my first one, it was like, okay, cool. Like I forget which Pokemon it was, but it wasn't like a one that I'd seen a lot of. So I was like, oh, that's neat. And then every one after that would be a frickin' Caterpie or a frickin' Pidgey.
I had pretty good. Well, the 2 kilometer eggs mostly suck. But the 5,
Yeah.
5 and 10.
That's all the ones I would get though. Like people would have these 10-kilometer ones. I got like one 5K one, and like one 10K one, and then the rest were all 2
I
kilometers.
had like four or 5 10 kilometers, and they all were good Pokemon like Snorlax, Aerodactyl, and Scyther. My best Pokemons are from my ex, besides Gengar. My strongest Pokemons are all from 10 kilometer X.
You guys are lucky. I think I got like an Onyx once that was weak
Yeah.
as hell.
Yeah, I got last egg. I had an Onyx one. I was already a bit done with the game, and then I got an Onyx one with 400 CP. I was done. I just fuck this game.
Damn.
I was really like that. What 10 kilometer egg get a 400 CP Pokemon? Then a 5 kilometer egg hatch, and that was like a 1000 CP Pokemon. So
But before I forget, still on Pokemon Go here. They're apparently gonna add more Pokemon now, Gen 2.
yeah, that's good. But I don't.
Does that
think-
do anything for you guys? Does that get you excited? Everybody, starting with Crush.
I don't
We're still
think.
gonna find Pidgeys.
I don't think so, because it's just too tedious for me to play. It's not fun
Yeah.
anymore. It's just throw the ball, hope you catch it. Even Pidgeys are hard to catch now. I don't know if they updated that, but last time I played, I had need to like 6 balls for 1 Pidgey. I was like, nah, screw that, man.
And Richie, you're not excited.
No.
Deadly, are you excited?
No, because it's gonna be freaking winter now, which is like the worst time. Like,
Yeah, who's gonna
No.
play? The weather sucks out here in the Netherlands. It's windy, it's rainy. I'm not gonna go outside and play Pokemon Go. Hell no.
Do it. Do it like they do it in the
Do it.
cartoon.
Just put some hot clothes on and just do it. Maybe
It's just like the cartoon, man.
the only thing that would get me excited is if there's a Mewtwo right outside right now.
Maybe.
Then I will open up the game and buy Pokeballs and get that sucker. But other than that, no.
Like I said, dude, like it was like I go back to that moment, dude, when everybody was playing Pokemon Go.
Yeah, everybody.
It was super hype, man. I was playing it every freaking day after the stream. I'd be like, all right, guys, I gotta go. I'm gonna go play Pokemon Go.
Yeah, I was like that as well. I was playing Pokemon Go every day, but it got
Yeah,
less.
I even remember people saying it in chat, like,
Yeah.
oh, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go see if I can catch something real
Yeah,
quick.
I remember that. As
I
well.
thought it was hilarious. I thought it was awesome. You
Yeah.
know,
yeah.
that's awesome.
I think still Pokemon Go, even though I don't like it anymore, it reinvigorated me in the Pokemon franchise. So that's good, man.
It did its job, man.
Yeah, I got back in the cards. You know, I got a little bit back in the cards and stuff, and that's cool. So I think what it did was cool, but they need to step up their game to get me interested.
Yep,
Do you guys think it will die soon?
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think a couple of people will still play it, but only a
Me.
couple.
Me and Mala.
You and Mala. Well,
That's it.
if they did some better battle system and stuff like that, maybe they could get me back into the game. You never know.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe if they added like something where we could battle together, like me and you guys. Just because we don't live near each other,
Mm-hmm.
why can't we play against each other?
Right.
I think like these should have been day one features. But if we're talking about what would get the hype back, something like that might help. But even at that point, who cares, man? Mewtwo
So-
can just stand outside.
That's that's the point. I want to make a point right here. I haven't played Pokemon X in a while, and when Pokemon Go came out, I was like, I'm gonna go play Pokemon X again. And I was playing that, and I was like, why am I playing Pokemon Go? This is so much better. You know, the main Pokemon games are just so much better that it makes kind of no sense to play it. You know.
Mm-hmm.
And you can fight with Pokemon Sun and Moon. You can fight online, and you have the good battle system. You know.
Yeah.
it's not pay to win like Pokemon Go. So
I think the biggest thing too is like Pokemon Go is it's not made by like Game Freak, the people who make the Pokemon games. It's made by Niantic, the people who made Ingress, which is like a augmented reality like game. And yeah, after looking at like Ingress and stuff like that, like it definitely feels like it was more or less just, oh hey, Nintendo wants us to develop or the Pokemon Company wants us to develop a app for them. Let's use what we have as the base thing, and then we can get people to go out and map areas for us, basically, with GPS, under the guise of catching Pokemon. Like, if you look at it, really what they're doing is, like, every Pokemon that spawns is a data point that they want mapped. And so you have to go and, like, find it, and then, like, through the triangulating GPS, it's like it increases their map, and then they sell that map data to people like Google, people who make map like GPS software, or other people who just want to have more detailed data. And it's genius from that perspective, but like again, it's not made by Game Freak, it's not made by like the Pokemon people, I think, is like the biggest like thing, like that's why it's like not as good as the other Pokemon games. Like the main Pokemon company, they know what they're doing, they know what works, and sure they add like new stuff to it, but like it's the same basic formula underneath, and it works.
yes.
You have a really good point there. I'm just glad. Imagine if that's something like this happened for like Sun and Moon.
Mm-hmm.
Son of a- you have to
Oh
walk
my
around with
God.
your 3D. You have to walk around with your 3DS to get Pokeballs.
I know what you're saying.
And that's
Yeah.
what I want as well. Catching more Pokemons to make another Pokemon stronger doesn't make any sense when you think about it.
Yeah, that really didn't
Like,
make any sense. Like,
oh, I got this awesome Pidgey right here. I want to make it stronger. Let's catch another Pidgey to make it even stronger. That doesn't. That's not how Pokemon works. I know why they did it, so it keeps you outside of the house. But I think there should be another way to train them without catching millions of Pidgeys or millions of freaking Magikarps to get a freaking Gyarados.
At that point, I just don't think they know what they're doing because there's no tutorials. Now there's kind of tutorials, I guess.
Yeah.
There's no like, this is how you spin your ball to get a great catch, get more XP. There was nothing like that from what I remember. The XP system, yeah, part of it was, of course, they want us to stay outside so we can keep playing. But like at that point too, they could have just said something else, but you trade in your Pokemon for candy, which I still don't understand that.
yeah,
Does anybody know what that means? Anybody here?
You trade your Pokemon in, you get one candy.
Do they die or something?
Yeah, they just disappear forever. You can't get them back.
Good.
So if you get a Gyarados, don't trade him in. That's one thing too. What I don't like is if you got a evolution, it's also worth one candy. I think an evolution should be more. Come on.
Yeah, it should be like 2 or 3.
Like a Pidgey is like a Caterpie is one Caterpie candy, and a Butterfree is one Caterpie candy.
That's stupid.
Yeah, that's stupid. I think a Butterfree should like be 10, and then the middle evolution 5 candy maybe, something like that.
I mean, I uninstalled it from my phone. Like,
I still have it installed, so I think I have a little bit of hope.
I mean,
but
my account still exists.
Yeah,
'cause
that's
it's
true,
just
that's
tied
true.
to like my Gmail.
Yeah.
But like, I'm not gonna play it like unless something major happens. If that happens, I'll re-download the app. But,
Yeah, sure. Anything
Caterpie is
else?
so weak.
Yeah, Caterpie. So weak.
Like I at gyms, like I would be like, okay, because this actually happened. I was like, oh, dude, I want to get Raichu. Going back to Raichu.
Yeah.
Like, not only is Pikachu hard to find.
Yep.
Okay, fine. I'll find Raichu. I'll find Pikachu's. I ended up finding a whole bunch of Pikachu's. I ended up catching a wild Raichu. Sweet. I'm gonna power up my Raichu, dude. But all these Pokemon are OP. So Raichu is
Yeah.
pointless to power up.
Yeah.
So
it's like
Yeah, it was like Snorlax and like Vaporeon.
Yep.
Like it was all the same Pokemon that would just be like the tankiest Pokemon that
Yeah.
you'd throw at the gym. Like, so literally, like your starter is freaking useless. Like, because you could never, like, I started with Squirtle, and I caught a total of 1 Squirtle the entire time that I played Pokemon Go. And I only ever saw one. And I live by a good amount of water, so, like, in theory, there should be a bunch of them. But there aren't. So it's like, and the other Squirtles that you catch are stronger than the one that you start with. So what the frick is the point of a starter? You know? Like,
yeah, the point of the starter Pokemon is to get an extra candy.
it's to make you think it's gonna be
Because
good.
I chose Bulbasaur, and the same day I was playing Pokemon Go, I got a stronger Bulbasaur out in the wild. I mean,
how sad.
I mean Squirtle. Sorry, I mean Squirtle. And that's what I don't like is like Raichu. If you do gym battles, you want to be serious about gym battles. You're right. Raichu is it's no
It's
use.
a joke.
Just get a Gyarados, a Charizard, a Dragonite, and a freaking Snorlax. That's it. That's the only Pokemons you need, and you're OP. And
Yeah,
a Lapras.
and-
Lapras was pretty good as well.
Oh yeah, Lapras is tanky too.
And that's all you see. You see, if you go to a strong gym, that's the only Pokemon you see. You don't see an
'cause-
Alakazam. You don't see a Scyther. Or, you know what I mean? I want more Pokemons to be strong. And they
Yeah.
did change a lot of stuff because my Gengar got stronger, got higher CP because they changed some balancing stuff. So
Yeah, that's funny, Deadly Richie. They actually made your Pokemon stronger, so it's more fair for
Yeah.
a Pokemon
That's-
gym battle, which I don't understand that at all. I think that's like the babyest thing you can do. What I mean by baby
just give
is
them more CP.
just give them higher CP, man. Just let them have fun, guys.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
no competition
'Cause
here.
I knew my Gengar was like 1200 CP. Now he's 1800 CP.
And he got XP just by sitting there.
Yeah, and I wasn't even touching the game.
See,
Nice.
like I just don't get that, dude. Baby mode, as I like to call it in Nintendo games, like in Mario 3D, after you die 5 times, do you want to get invincibility, little guy, so you can beat
yeah.
the level?
I don't use that stuff. I just run past by it. No, I don't want it.
yeah.
It feels like cheating. Like you were playing Mega Man X and you died like 6 times on Sigma. Oh, here you go. 6 E-tanks for you.
Like, yeah, and some people are gonna be like, okay, I can do it now. Yay
Yay,
for
yeah.
me, you know, but I just don't like that, dude. Like that can be a whole conversation. That pisses me off. Like
If you really
if you
want,
can't beat the game, dude, start over on easy mode or
yeah,
something.
yeah, just make another mode that's easier or something like that.
Yeah, put easy mode for God's sake.
Put infant mode.
Baby mode.
Baby mode. Like Yoshi's Woolly World has baby mode as well. You get wings and
Oh yeah.
I never used it because it's like hidden somewhere. You have to look for it. And I know Star Fox Zero has a mode where you don't take damage. I haven't seen it though. I don't mind though because I haven't even seen the
What a-
option anywhere. But I know it's in there, and people were pissed about it. Some of us need.
Man, I'm just like
Yeah. It's fine.
imagine, dude, if they did that on NES, guys, or
Yeah,
like
on
even
NES.
any retro games. Hey, Richie, you're having trouble with the star. We'll just give it to you.
Yeah, like in
We'll just give it to you.
I wish.
like a Super Mario 64. Here you go, the giant star. You won.
Yeah. You tried. Like I said, that can be a whole conversation, but I think it's
Yeah.
just silly.
I think maybe I don't really mind it because you can just ignore it, but
Yeah.
they should. I don't know. They should somehow show you that you haven't beaten it legit. You know. Like if they ever do an achievement system, don't give an achievement when you use it or something like that. But that's my opinion. Yeah, I'd rather have them gone though.
Pokemon will never die. Just
How?
like Mario will never die.
I think yeah, Pokemon. It's been how long? 20 years more.
Been 20.
Damn.
So I think 20 years that's a proof that it can stand the test of time. But how many years can they go on making new Pokemons?
I think what Pokemon has for it is very consistent. Like every couple of years, it's like a new game, pretty much. You know, like a new gen. Like we're on like Gen 7.
Yeah, and it's not
Now.
like
It's not like Zelda or Donkey Kong or Mario, where there have been like pretty big gaps in them. You know, Mario,
well, Mario.
I think is probably like the next most consistent.
yeah.
But like Zelda for sure. Like Metroid, when the frick was the last Metroid game?
On the Wii, Metroid Other M. Well,
Oh, God.
there's just a new one on the 3DS, the Federation Force, which is amazing. Everybody wanted that Metroid game.
But yeah, but that's like there's like 5 years in between like Metroid.
You know, the
games.
problem is if I don't buy the newest Metroid game, there's something wrong with that game, and I haven't bought Metroid Federation Force yet. If they did a traditional Metroid game, I would be there day one. Day one, I would play that. But nope, Federation Force is not what fans wanted, and I hope Nintendo is not gonna like, oh, Federation Force didn't sell well, people don't like Metroid anymore. I really hope Nintendo doesn't think that way.
They will.
They probably
They will.
will, yeah, and that would suck. That would suck.
Or what they'll do is the next Metroid game will be like limited, like they'll hype it up super much and then they'll only print like 3 copies of it. And it'll like, you know, be like the NES Mini and the $99 3DS. Like selling out like almost instantly.
Yeah. So, anything else we want to discuss about Pokemon?
We're pretty much covered it.
Yeah, in a nutshell, I'm glad it's around still.
Yeah, that's
As far as the 800 Pokemon, I just think that's just crazy. I think it's like a little silly in my opinion, but at the same time, I love it. So
Hey, who
what
are
the
you
hell?
to
What the
judge
hell? You know?
gaming? You've played over 10,000 Mario Maker levels. Who needs that many Mario levels?
I do.
And-
Well, there you go. Well, I need my 800 and however many Pokemon there are.
yeah. I need 10,000 Pokemon.
Yeah, we need 10,000.
10,000.
10,000 Pokemon. Well,
all
eventually
in
they will
one
get there.
game.
Eventually
All
they will
in
get
one
there.
game.
Yeah, all in one game.
Oh, wait. Can you catch them all in Pokemon Sun and Moon?
I don't think so.
No,
Mamma mia.
it's like in they have a couple of old Pokemons and they have a couple of new Pokemon. That's in
So you have to go buy the other copies or Game Shark it or...
Yeah.
like you don't have 803 Pokemon in Sun and Moon. It's
Okay,
it's like
that's fine.
but no,
Too many.
don't worry. Pikachu is in any version gaming.
Oh, he is in it?
I remember.
course,
I
dude.
think Pikachu is always in there. Like Mewtwo is always in there. I think Charizard and Bulbasaur is always in there.
I
But
think, yeah, it just
Onyx,
depends.
Onyx is not in every Pokemon game. Beater isn't in every Pokemon game, you know. So they switch it around.
Yeah. Okay, Pleth is saying 288 Pokemon in Sun and Moon. That's pretty good.
That's
It's
not
like-
enough. That's
Decent.
not enough. I want them all.
We can trade with your copy of X and Y.
Oh, I got a
Maybe.
perfect idea for Nintendo. Nintendo, if you're listening, bring out the game with only 100 Pokemon. Make a season pass for 100 Pokemon. Make another
Oh,
season.
God.
Make another season pass for another 100 Pokemon. Make another season pass for
Quick,
another
cut
100.
the stream. Cut the stream. Don't give him ideas.
And just $30. Just $30 for a season pass.
I'm pretty sure they thought about something like that, but then realized a lot of people would be pissed.
Or like pre-order now and get Mewtwo.
Oh my god, yeah, pre-order now or a special Mewtwo. Dude. They'll just
Get
have
gold
where you can
Mewtwo.
buy like every Pokemon for
Get
like
gold
99
Mewtwo.
cents.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, they should just do
Yeah.
in-app purchases in Pokemon.
Yeah,
Sun.
where you could buy, we could buy it and download it from the store.
You
so
know,
can get
if
the Pokemon.
EA or Activision was behind Pokemon, that would be the case right now. I can
Oh, hell
guarantee
yeah.
you. I can guarantee you that would be the case.
You have to get the Candy Crush developers
Well,
in
at
on
least-
Pokemon.
Hey, if Activision or EA had Pokemon, we had like 10,000 Pokemon right now.
We would
We would have
at 99 cents a pop.
one Pokemon every year at least. A new game every
Yeah.
year.
A slight tweak every year.
Okay.
Anyway,
As long as it never does that, and that's fine, because I don't want that.
no, that's way too much work for Nintendo.
Yeah.
Don't worry, they will never do that. They are way too lazy.
Mamma mia, Nintendo is not lazy.
Nintendo's not lazy. That's why they outsourced the new Mario game.
they're just slow.
Yeah, it's just slow.
But you know what? I'd rather have a good game. Like Zelda, I'd rather want them to take their time and have an amazing game than rush it out in the market.
Yeah, we're almost there, obviously, when it happens, day one.
Yahoo!
We'll talk about that once we figure out what's going on. But what
You
about
guys
next
gonna
week?
get that one?
At this time, no. But if they announce like a new Pokemon game, obviously, a new Mario Sunshine HD, Mario Maker Deluxe, yeah, of course I will. Maybe I'll even get into that Splatoon. I know, because I think
Oh,
Crush was saying
God.
something like that.
I'm a kid now. I'm a squid now.
Is that a real song?
Yeah, for Splatoon.
Is that the esports version or what?
No, that was like a commercial, and everybody hated that song.
I
It
never
became a meme.
understood what Splatoon is. It's like you have water guns filled with paint and you shoot people with them.
So
Is that-
basically, basically what it is, you have a big map,
Mhm.
and you have like a red team and a blue team. And what you have to do is make the map blue, and the other one has to make the place red. So whoever has the most color wins at the end of the game. It's pretty fun actually, because you're trying to take over a spot. Oh, there's a lot of blue there. We need to go there and make it red, you know. And it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun. I think if you played it and got into it, you will like it. It's not.
Yeah,
And
I
killing
just don't-
people, it's not the main thing. It just slows them down, but that's
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
That's it.
I
But
was
why are
very.
they squids? That's
And
what
you
I
can-
want to
know.
know.
Yeah, you can warp into a squid to go faster through your own paint. So you can go up surfaces when you're blue, and you turn into a squid. You can go super fast into your own paint, and you can hide in there. If you stay still, they don't see you, so you can ambush people. It's pretty cool, actually.
Like, it sounds like I watched a couple of streamers play it. This is when I was just like Mario Maker every single day for like 6 to 10 hours. So I was like, nah, I'm not gonna get it because I'll never play it. So I didn't bite. But if I do get a Switch, I may buy it, especially if like Crush gets it too, because then we can play together.
Well, I heard it's
But, like-
maybe a packing game. I heard. Rumor,
Yeah, especially if it's a packing game. Yeah, well, obviously I'll be there. But like,
'Cause
anyways,
I remember when they announced Splatoon, and I was like, seems okay, but I'm not gonna get it. But then they released that demo, and I played the demo, and I was like, oh man, this is fun. And then I bought the game.
I
There.
don't. Sure, it's fun. I doesn't really. If I want to play like something like that, I don't know.
like,
I
because
don't
I
think
do
I'd
like
play
third-person
them,
shooters more than first-person shooters.
Oh no! See, I'm first person all the way.
Yeah, see,
Mamma
there you go.
mia. Maybe they could add like a mode, third person and first person.
Oh
That'd be
yeah,
cool.
But you played,
Call of Duty did that.
but you play Dark Souls, right? That's third person.
It's third person, but it's not really shooting. Like,
That's true. That's true. It's not shooting.
and when you use the bow and arrow, it takes you into first person.
Yeah, and you
Oh.
can lock on. So
Just imagine that lineup, dude. Pokemon, Super Mario Maker, HD remake of Sunshine, new Mario,
Pokemon Maker,
Pokemon Maker, Skyrim.
Skyrim.
Dude, just imagine. That's a joke, by the way. Imagine that lineup, dude. Of course, dude. Of course, I'll get it, man. Especially Pokemon, dude. I finally get to play it.
yeah.
I'll finally get to meet my
I'm
idol.
I'm a bit scared about the rabbits rumor.
I forgot about that already.
Because if the Mario RPG Rabbids game truly is a launch game, Nintendo's not gonna release 2 Mario games on the same day. So that means
Oh no!
the 3D platform is pushed back. If that's
Yeah.
true, and that I don't want
3D
that.
3D platformer is probably pushed back till
Uh,
next holiday season.
No!
If anything, the next Mario game we would get would be maybe a summer Mario Maker release, like a port release of it. Like, and I don't see like, what do you call it? At some point, you'll get the HD remake of Galaxy or whatever. But like realistically, let's look at it this way: like Zelda is not a launch title,
Probably not.
so what are we gonna have? We're gonna have Skyrim.
They need Mario, dude. They need
Zelda
it.
they're
is
gonna-
coming out on the Wii U too, right?
Yeah, Zelda's
Um,
supposed to come out on the Wii.
we
U.
don't know.
I
Well,
saw that
uh,
you can pre-order it for Wii U on GameStop.
Well, I think
Yeah.
if it's true that it's pushed back to end of 2017, nobody's gonna care for the Wii U then, man.
Yeah, obviously.
I think
Yeah.
that's way too late for the Wii U, at least. For the Switch, no problem, but for the Wii U, I think that's way too late.
Well, they did that. They've done that before, though, where they had what was it? They had games like that have been like that have like not necessarily bridged both consoles, but like there are NES games that came out like after the SNES
That is true.
was
That
a
is
thing. So there is like a little bit of like leeway there with that. So
true. I just saw
That
a
could still
commercial.
be-
I saw a commercial for Just Dance. You know what?
Mhm.
For what console that's coming out?
what?
The Wii.
Yeah.
The Wii.
The Wii, not the Wii
Just
U.
Dance is
the
just greedy,
Wii.
though.
Yeah.
And then
But
I was
think about think about how many people have a Wii though, like who bought it like just for games like that and
Yeah.
like Wii Sports, you know, like
And I was watching
Yeah.
that. I was watching that commercial, and at the end they show the games in the package form, and the Wii package was before the Wii U. So the Wii U was in the back. So it was like, screw the Wii U, it's just a Wii game.
yeah.
The
But I mean,
Wii.
but like as far as launch games, we have like probably this Mario RPG thing.
I think maybe Pikmin. I hope,
maybe Pikmin, but
because Pikmin
Like-
was like done a year ago. Miyamoto said Pikmin is like done. Pikmin 4.
yeah.
So
So
that should be a
maybe
launch title.
Pikmin. Yeah, so maybe Pikmin. Probably, you'll probably get like some like I'm guessing if we're getting Skyrim, we'll probably get some like Assassin's Creed port of some kind, because like
Yay.
Activision or whatever is like the only like third party company that really like works with Nintendo still, like, which is kind of weird that that Bethesda is like, okay, we'll port Skyrim to your console, sure, you know, but
Well,
I don't think like, what do you call it? I don't think we're gonna get like we're not gonna get a Zelda,
I think,
and I think we're gonna get that one Mario Rabbids game.
Skyrim is good and all, but I think everybody played that game already. I think Fallout 4 would be a better decision to put on the Switch with all the DLC, maybe. I think maybe.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out why Skyrim, and like honestly, it's one of the best games I've ever played, and maybe that's why. Maybe that's why they picked Skyrim.
I think they picked Skyrim because it's been around so long that it's been, because now there's the HD one, that it's probably a very easy game to port to a different thing, because like the code is so mature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And depending on how the new code works for the system, if they're on something more PC-like, then it's probably a very simple port. Like, that's probably why they did it. And, you know, what do you call it? Sure, it might, what do you call it? People who have been like Nintendo fans that only buy Nintendo consoles, when are they gonna play Skyrim, you know?
Yeah, maybe sure they're gonna sell a couple. It's not gonna sell. I don't think it's gonna sell millions.
Oh,
Billions.
Millions.
What the?
Probably not.
I have Skyrim Special Edition on a PC for free right now. Because I bought it I got Skyrim on a PC with all the DLC. Then you get Legendary Edition for free. So maybe I should play it again.
But like, so we're gonna have that. Maybe okay. So we might have Splatoon as well. Like, are we only gonna have like just like that for launch titles? I mean, they showed a new Mario Kart, so maybe.
Yeah, maybe. That's just
I also heard that Mario Kart is a remake. It's not a brand new game.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it's just a port.
Yeah, that's whatever we're calling them.
I heard it's a port, but if they add enough stuff, I'm gonna buy it. Because I love Mario Kart 8. It's a really good game. And I heard, don't quote me on that, but I heard there's gonna be an all brand new battle mode. So I hope they fix the battle mode.
Yeah.
And put online battle mode. That would be sick, like in the N64 days.
Yeah, go back
like
to the balloons.
So I hope they do that. And I saw in the Switch reveal trailer they showed 2 item boxes. So you can
That'd be cool.
have 2 items again.
Yeah.
So I think if they do all that stuff, I'm gonna rebuy it and just get some more tracks in there, of course.
You know what I could see being other games for it, like some sort of like third party like Capcom collection, like a anthology of a bunch of like Pac-Man games or something, you know? Like, I could see something like that, because that's happened before. Like, there've been like launch titles, like there've been like Sega like games, or like
maybe
Atari
like
Greatest Hits or something, you know?
Resident Evil 7 on the Switch. Maybe.
If all these rumors are true, I get a Switch. Yes. But all of these are rumors. So
Now here's the thing: will you be able to buy a Switch?
Maybe.
Yeah, I would probably trade in my Wii U for it.
What?
No,
Because I'm
but
never
will-
going to use
but
my
will
Wii U
you
again.
Mamma
Will
mia.
there be any in stores, or is it going to be like the Wii
Oh.
over again? And
Well-
and every like latest Nintendo release, like the NES Mini, which in theory should be like super easy to manufacture, like
Yeah.
or like the $99 3DS, or like any like every like latest like Nintendo like kind of like special hardware thing that has been a good price, and if the Switch is at like $249, which is what the rumor is going, I think a lot of people will want to buy it, and it'll probably be like the Wii all over again, where it's like you couldn't get a Wii for like 3-4 months, you know, because
Yeah.
everyone bought it.
I
and-
think if you pre-order, you will be alright. If you don't, you're probably screwed.
But
I hate pre-orders.
yeah, I hate pre-order, and like, what if like you pre-order like it, like I guarantee you, like they might not tell us the full launch title before the pre-orders go up. So then you're stuck in a position again where you buy a console where there's like not a ton of games. Like,
Yeah,
oh boy.
I'm not gonna pre-order unless
Yeah.
I know if there's at least one game I want on the launch.
Yeah, same here.
And that's probably after the direct in January. So if the direct in January is good, I'm gonna pre-order. If not, I'm gonna wait.
Same here.
Or you pre-order and then they're like, "Oh, sorry, we have to push all these
I
games
think-
back."
Oh yeah, they could do that. They
Enjoy your Splatoon like port.
Oh, I will enjoy it.
Splatoon port.
I will enjoy Splatoon, no problem. But I will not buy it for Splatoon.
Oh yeah, and I hope like all our virtual console games will be able to go there too.
I got news for you.
No.
No!
Buy it again.
Buy
You
it
know-
again. Only
you know that-
$6.
If your Wii U dies, you lose like all your virtual stuff because it's
It's
not
not-
tied to your account.
Yeah, but they changed.
I do-
They're changing that with the Nintendo Club or something like that. How it's called now?
Supposedly.
Supposedly, yeah. Supposedly. I have to buy all my eShop games again, probably. And I got
Again
I
for
got
like the third time.
I got a bunch. I remember. I bought Super Metroid for 30 cents on the eShop.
That was the best thing they did.
Yeah, it was like 30 cents for a couple of eShop games, and I was, what, 30 cents for Super Metroid? Count me in.
But anyways, that's going to be it for me, guys.
Yep.
Any final thoughts on anything? I'm
no,
happy.
Cause I'm happy.
Yeah. What about you, Richie? How you feeling?
I'm good.
Deli?
Good, I'm stoked. My 3DS is shipped. I bought a frick ton of stuff on Amazon, so
You guys.
Nice.
Black Friday shopping, so that'll be cool. But yeah, I'm stoked to play Pokemon again.
Yahoo!
Nice. Will you be streaming it, or is that not going to be possible?
I think you can stream from a 3DS if you get like some special capture solution. I don't.
Yeah, you have to send it out, get it installed.
Oh, wow.
No,
Yeah,
I'm not gonna do
I'll
that.
catch a
Yeah,
card
just
for.
use your cam.
Just use your
Yeah.
phone.
Shitty webcam, like above your 3DS that you play on your desk, I guess.
Final thoughts, Crush?
Pokemon is awesome. That's it.
Yes,
And I was,
Pokemon is awesome.
I was thinking about maybe some viewers could ask a question about Pokemon.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So if any of you guys have a question for us about Pokemon, let us know. Or anything, that's good too. So let me see how much Pokemon costs in here. I really want to get it now.
Like $40, I think.
Yeah, 40
I don't
euro.
know.
40 euros.
Yeah, I don't know what that is conversion wise, or if it's 40 euros, and that's cool.
39
$39.99.
39.75 euros.
Oh, 75. Nice.
Fan edition, what's that? Nah. That's not a good deal, because euros are worth more than dollars. So I'm like paying $45.
Haha, Yahoo!
Yahoo!
Mario,
You get
taking
ripped
your
off
money.
again?
Yeah, we're always getting ripped off in this country, dude.
All right.
So no questions, I see. Is gaming a Pokemon? All right, I think that's it, guys.
Yep.
Thanks everybody for joining this podcast this week. We will be back next week, same time. So hope to see you guys there.
Yep. Later, everyone.
Good night.
See you, everybody.